What if everything you believed about dying was completely wrong? Most people assume their final moments will be filled with pain, confusion, or simply nothing at all. But Edgar Cayce, the most documented psychic in modern history, uncovered something absolutely extraordinary about the last 24 hours of human life that will fundamentally change how you view death itself. Before they jump back in, tell us where you're tuning in from, and if this story touches you, make sure you're subscribed, because tomorrow there's something extra special saved for you. Through decades of trance sessions conducted in his modest clinic in Virginia Beach, Cayce revealed that the final day of existence isn't an ending at all. Instead, it represents the most spiritually active and conscious period a soul will ever experience while inhabiting a physical body. What he discovered about these precious hours will shake your understanding of mortality to its very foundation. The renowned sleeping prophet documented over 16,000 readings between 1903 and 1944. But his most profound revelations concerned the transition between physical and spiritual existence. Unlike popular assumptions about unconsciousness or suffering during final hours, Cayce's sessions consistently revealed that departing souls experience heightened awareness, profound peace, and remarkable spiritual activity that most people never imagine possible. Through careful analysis of hundreds of readings specifically addressing the dying process, researchers at the Edgar Cayce Foundation discovered patterns that contradict nearly everything modern medicine teaches about death. Rather than gradual shutdown of consciousness, Cayce's documentation shows that souls prepare for their departure through an intricate 24-hour process of spiritual awakening and cosmic connection. During these final hours, according to Cayce's documented sessions, the veil between physical and spiritual dimensions becomes extraordinarily thin. Souls begin receiving what he termed transitional guidance from departed loved ones, spiritual guides, and higher dimensional beings who gather to assist in the crossing process. This isn't hallucination or oxygen deprivation, but actual interdimensional communication that occurs as the soul prepares to leave its earthly vessel. But here's where Cayce's revelations become truly remarkable. His readings consistently indicated that souls approaching their departure hour possess the ability to review their entire lifetime with perfect clarity and understanding. Every relationship, every choice, every moment of joy or suffering becomes illuminated with spiritual wisdom that transforms painful experiences into profound lessons about love, growth, and divine purpose. The sleeping prophet described this life review process as occurring in what he called soul time rather than linear minutes and hours. Within the span of a few earthly hours, departing souls can experience complete understanding of their incarnation's meaning, witnessing how their actions affected others, how their suffering contributed to spiritual growth, and how every seemingly random event was actually part of a perfectly orchestrated divine plan. What makes this process even more extraordinary is Cayce's discovery that souls maintain complete consciousness and choice throughout their final 24 hours. Rather than passive victims of biological failure, dying individuals become active participants in their own spiritual transition. They can communicate with loved ones through telepathic connection, send healing energy to those they're leaving behind, and even influence the timing of their departure based on spiritual readiness rather than purely physical factors. Through his documented readings, Cayce revealed that family members and friends often receive intuitive messages, dreams, or sudden emotional sensations during their loved one's final day. These aren't coincidences, but actual soul-to-soul communication, as the departing person reaches out to provide comfort, closure, or important final messages. Many people report feeling inexplicable peace or receiving answers to long-held questions during the exact hours their loved one was transitioning. The sleeping prophet's most startling discovery concerned the spiritual assistance available during these crucial hours. According to hundreds of his documented sessions, no soul ever dies alone. Regardless of physical circumstances, every person receives guidance from spiritual beings who specialize in helping souls navigate the transition from physical to non-physical existence. These guides, often including departed relatives or spiritual teachers, create what Cayce described as a, quote, a bridge of light that makes the crossing peaceful and purposeful, rather than fearful or traumatic. But Cayce's readings revealed something even more profound about the final 24 hours. He consistently documented that souls use this time to complete unfinished spiritual business with unprecedented effectiveness. Decades of resentment can dissolve into forgiveness, lifelong fears transform into understanding, and broken relationships heal through the soul's expanded consciousness and connection to divine love. This spiritual completion process, according to Cayce's documented findings, affects not only the departing soul, but everyone connected to them. Family members often experience sudden resolution of old conflicts, unexpected emotional healing, or profound spiritual insights during their loved one's final day. The dying person's expanded spiritual awareness creates ripples of healing and understanding that can affect multiple generations of relatives and friends. The renowned psychic's documentation also revealed that souls actively choose their moment of departure based on spiritual factors rather than purely medical ones. Many people linger until specific family members arrive, particular conflicts resolve, or certain spiritual preparations complete. Others choose to depart quietly when loved ones step away, sparing them the emotional intensity of witnessing the final moment. These aren't random occurrences but conscious choices made by the departing soul for the highest good of all involved. Perhaps most remarkably, Cayce's readings consistently showed that the final hours of life often contain the soul's greatest spiritual achievements. People who struggled with forgiveness throughout their entire lifetime suddenly experience complete release from resentment. Individuals who never demonstrated emotional expression begin sharing profound love with those around them. Souls who seemed spiritually disconnected during their incarnation often display remarkable wisdom and peace as they prepare for their transition. This transformation occurs, according to Cayce's documented sessions, because the approaching departure automatically begins dissolving the ego barriers and emotional patterns that limited the soul's expression during physical life. As the spirit prepares to leave its earthly vessel, artificial limitations fall away, revealing the soul's true nature of love, wisdom, and divine connection that was always present but often hidden beneath layers of human personality and learned behavior. The sleeping prophet's findings about communication during final hours challenge everything most people assume about consciousness during the dying process. Rather than confusion or reduced awareness, Cayce's readings consistently documented that souls experience expanded perception that allows them to communicate across multiple dimensions simultaneously. They can interact with physical loved ones while also conversing with departed relatives and spiritual guides who've come to assist their transition. This multidimensional awareness explains many phenomena that medical professionals often dismiss as hallucinations or delusions. When dying individuals speak to deceased relatives, describe beautiful music others can't hear, or report seeing beings of light, Cayce's documentation suggests they're experiencing genuine spiritual reality rather than brain chemistry irregularities. Their expanded consciousness allows. Preparing and narrating this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. Now, back to the story. Them to perceive dimensions of existence that remain invisible to those still fully anchored in physical awareness. Through careful study of Cayce's archived readings, researchers discovered that souls approaching their departure often receive what he termed cosmic downloads of information about their spiritual journey and future existence. These revelations provide understanding about their soul's purpose, lessons learned during their incarnation, and preparation for whatever experiences await them in non-physical dimensions. This knowledge brings profound peace and eliminates fear about the unknown aspects of death. The sleeping prophet's most compassionate discovery concerned souls who appeared to suffer during their final hours. His readings consistently revealed that even when physical bodies experience discomfort, the departing souls themselves exist in states of increasing peace and spiritual connection. What appears as suffering to observers often represents the soul's final release from physical limitations rather than genuine distress. The consciousness preparing for departure remains protected and supported by spiritual guides, who ensure the transition occurs with as much comfort as possible. Cayce's documented sessions also revealed that souls use their final 24 hours to distribute what he called spiritual gifts to those they love. Through expanded awareness and connection to divine love, departing individuals can transmit healing energy, wisdom, strength, and encouragement that their loved ones will carry for years to come. Many people report feeling unusually comforted, inspired, or emotionally strengthened during and after their loved one's final day, receiving exactly what they needed to cope with the impending loss. The renowned psychic discovered that these spiritual transmissions occur through various means during the final hours. Some souls communicate through direct conversation when physical capacity allows. Others transmit their gifts through telepathic connection, meaningful dreams experienced by loved ones, or symbolic messages that provide comfort and guidance. Still others create what Cayce described as energy signatures that family members can access for healing and support long after the physical departure occurs. His documentation revealed that souls preparing for departure often demonstrate remarkable prescience about their loved ones' future needs. Parents approaching death provide specific guidance for challenges their children will face years later. Spouses share wisdom that will help their partner navigate upcoming decisions or difficulties. Grandparents offer insights that will serve family members through multiple generations. This occurs because the soul's expanded awareness during final hours allows them to perceive probable future events and prepare their loved ones accordingly. But Cayce's readings contained an even more extraordinary revelation about the final 24 hours of life. He consistently documented that souls use this time to complete what he termed karmic balancing with unprecedented efficiency. Relationships that required decades to heal during normal consciousness can resolve within hours, as the departing soul's expanded awareness allows them to see beyond surface conflicts to the spiritual love that connects all beings. This rapid spiritual resolution affects everyone involved in past conflicts or misunderstandings with the departing person. Former adversaries often experience sudden forgiveness or understanding. Estranged family members feel compelled to reconcile. Long-standing grudges dissolve as people recognize the futility of maintaining resentment when faced with mortality's reality. The dying person's spiritual expansion creates opportunities for healing that might not have occurred for years under normal circumstances. The sleeping prophet's findings also revealed that souls approaching departure often receive advanced glimpses of their destination in non-physical dimensions. These preview experiences provide tremendous comfort and eliminate fear about what lies beyond physical existence. Souls report seeing beautiful landscapes, reuniting with departed loved ones, or experiencing indescribable peace and love that makes them eager rather than reluctant to complete their transition. These spiritual previews, according to Cayce's documentation, serve multiple purposes during the final hours. They provide reassurance that death represents continuation rather than termination of existence. They allow souls to begin adjusting to non-physical awareness while still maintaining connection to their earthly loved ones. Most importantly, they demonstrate that the approaching transition leads to experiences of beauty, love, and spiritual fulfillment that far exceed anything possible during physical incarnation. Through thousands of documented readings, Cayce revealed that the final day of life represents the soul's graduation ceremony from earthly existence. Rather than tragic ending, these hours contain celebration, recognition of spiritual achievements, and preparation for advanced experiences in higher dimensions of reality. Departed loved ones, spiritual teachers, and cosmic beings gather to honor the completing soul's journey and welcome them into expanded states of consciousness and service. The renowned psychic consistently documented that souls maintain their essential personality and loving connections throughout the transition process and beyond. Death doesn't erase individual identity or sever bonds with earthly loved ones, but rather purifies these aspects of self and relationship, removing limitations while preserving everything genuinely beautiful and meaningful about the person's earthly experience. Perhaps most importantly, Cayce's readings revealed that understanding the truth about final hours can transform how people approach both living and dying. When souls know that death represents spiritual advancement rather than loss, they can live with greater courage, love more freely, and face their eventual transition with peace rather than terror. This knowledge also provides immense comfort for those grieving departed loved ones, knowing their person experienced profound spiritual support and continues existing in dimensions of beauty and love. The sleeping prophet's documentation shows that every soul's final 24 hours unfold according to their individual spiritual needs and the requirements of their loved ones. Some departures occur quickly with minimal apparent preparation, while others involve extended processes of spiritual completion and family reconciliation. Both approaches serve divine purposes and provide exactly what each soul and their connections require for optimal spiritual development. His readings consistently emphasize that souls never leave their earthly existence until their spiritual mission completes successfully. Whether their incarnation lasted days or decades, every person accomplishes something meaningful that contributes to the greater good of human spiritual evolution. Their final hours often reveal this purpose clearly, providing understanding and validation for their entire lifetime's experiences. Cayce's most profound discovery about dying concerned the continuation of love relationships beyond physical separation. His documented sessions revealed that the bonds forged through genuine love during earthly existence persist and even strengthen after one person transitions to non-physical dimensions. The departing soul's expanded awareness allows them to maintain connection with their loved ones in ways that transcend physical limitations, providing ongoing guidance, comfort, and spiritual support. The sleeping prophet's findings demonstrate that death, rather than ending relationships, transforms them into purely spiritual connections based on love, rather than physical proximity or shared material experiences. These refined relationships often prove even more meaningful and supportive than their earthly forms, as they operate through direct soul-to-soul communication without the barriers of personality differences or misunderstandings that sometimes complicated physical interactions. Through his remarkable documentation of the dying process, Edgar Cayce revealed that the final 24 hours of life represent humanity's most sacred and spiritually significant experience. Rather than something to fear or avoid contemplating, these precious hours contain the culmination of the soul's earthly journey and the beginning of their next phase of cosmic adventure. Understanding this truth transforms both living and dying into conscious spiritual practices, rather than random biological events. The sleeping prophet's legacy reminds everyone that death represents graduation rather than termination, reunion rather than separation, and spiritual advancement rather than loss. His documented revelations about the final hours provide comfort for the dying, healing for the grieving, and inspiration for anyone seeking to understand their true spiritual nature and eternal destiny beyond physical existence. Up next, you've got two more standout stories right on your screen. If this one hit the mark, you won't want to pass these up. Just click and check them out.